One way I often use Robopack is just to deploy an application just to one or two devices. I don't even have the need to update it regularly. It's just a one-off that I want to get out to some of my devices, nice and quick. And I don't want to think about the future and how it manages to be updated on a regular basis. I just want to get that package out there. I don't have to package it up manually. So, for example, I might want to deploy Prusa Slicer, and this is it's a 3D printing application to allow you to print stuff on a Prusa printer. But I just want it to be deployed to one or two of my devices who are focusing on 3D printing. Now, rather than choosing Setup Robopack Flow, I can choose Analyze and Build. And from Analyze and Build, we can just create this application itself and get it uploaded to Intune. So we have the name, the publisher, the version, all of that's pre-filled for us. We can wrap the package in the installation script, which in this case is going to be PSEDT. We haven't looked at templates yet, but that's where you would specify your template. And then after that, we can simply choose continue. We might want to look at the advanced options and add a description that'll be available in the company portal. And also the developer, you might want to change the developer from Robopack to be something different, like Prusa Research. But I guess it all depends how you're using the developer field in your application deployments. We can also mark this app as featured in the company store. I don't really need to do that because it's only going to a couple of my devices. So next we can just choose continue, and we can optionally choose quick import into Intune, and then we choose a tenant, and if we want, it can create our groups for us. So it will create a group called Robopack Prusa Slicer available, required, and uninstall, and then we can use those to add the required groups into those groups. That's one way to do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to not choose quick import. I'm going to choose import app, and then we have it imported into Robopack. The next step is to get that into Intune. So we simply choose import to Intune. We specify the tenant because remember this is multi-tenant. We can have more than one tenant that we're deploying to. Choose next, and we can customize the actual information that gets put into Intune. In this case, it's absolutely fine. This is exactly what I want, although I'm going to specify that it's 64-bit only for the platform. We can then look at the detection rules that have been automatically picked up and specify any advanced options. In my case, I really just want to get this deployed to my device. So I'm going to choose continue and choose create deployment assignment, which will create those groups that I mentioned earlier on, and we can choose start import. Scrolling back up, you can see it's starting to import that application to Intune. We'll give that a few seconds and it will be done. And when it's in Intune, we can then just deploy it to that group of devices that need to do 3D printing. So let's head up into Intune. It says it's uploaded now, so we can choose apps, Windows, and find Prusa in my list. There it is. We can choose that. And remember, it's not been deployed to any groups that have any devices in yet, so we can scroll down and see where it's deployed to. As you can see, we've got the groups that it mentioned it would create. We've got Robopack Prusa Slicer required, available, and uninstall. So one way to do this would be to use that group there, go to our groups section in Intune, choose all groups, find our Robopack Prusa Slicer required group, choose that, go to members, and add in the group of devices that we want, which in this case is my 3D printing design devices. Choose select, and once I refresh that, we've got those devices in this group. So all computers in that group will receive the application because it's a nested group from the group that's been deployed to. So now that we've got that done, nothing will happen on a regular basis to that application. Prusa Slicer version 2.9.0 will be deployed, and it will only be 2.9.0 until we go in later on and maybe create a Robopack flow to automate the updating of that moving forward.